If it sounds like Wello, it's yellow. I'm Welcome back to the Four Letter Nerd, a Hyrule Geeks Unlimited production. I'm your host, Matarina. I'm endangered said help, and we've got a great show for you today. This theme this week, we're talking about one of the most fearsome land predators of all time. I lie. It's a shark. We're talking about sharks in the sea. We're talking about sharks. But before we get into that, it is Shark Week. We do want to honor sharks. And we got some other things to talk about. Before we get into that, of course, we do have one of my favorite guests who always keeps us in line and also told me to change my name in a threatening but friendly way. Of course, you know who it is. Elmo's Matarina Glue.
Matarina, as long as he acts right. And when did I become a guest? When was I demoted? Was it for bullying you? Was that it?
Yes.
That's fair.
You're still my favorite host, especially last week.
I'm glad you finished that word with an ST.
Because you know what? It's last week. Remember when I was like, I'm glad to be here. And you're like, I'm glad to have you here on a show that you host every week. So one of us has to be a guest now.
That's fair. We'll take turns.
Oh, man. Unfortunately, Burgie, Big Daddy, and of course, Rasan God couldn't join us today. So instead, we decided to bring a special guest who I think will fill up the shoes. We got our host. I just saw his name and realized he said it earlier. The great Platano.
Hey, I love you all.
Oh my God! So for our people watching, right? For our people watching, I just want to say that since Reggie, who's normally the technical genius here, it has fallen to me for the button, yay, and also to upload stuff and show things. I want you to understand, you've literally put me on a trike and said, we don't need training wheels. Go ahead, be free. So the flaming pile of garbage that this may be, I ask that you bear with me and also send Reggie some love because he deals with this a lot.
He's a real MVP.
Oh,
and also shout out to the great Platano for his help in trying to get us together before this show. We appreciate you.
I know how it is to work behind that seat. It's not fun. It's like, oh, button. What does this do? Oh no, I blew something up.
Oh no. As long as you're not saying oh no in slow motion, then you're all right.
Oh, no. That's on the place.
If it turns into an oh no, then you know it's
become a Facebook meme.
It actually so for some reason it was uploading to my StreamYard and not to Facebook whatsoever.
I keep refreshing the page. Like, why isn't it
4 minutes in?
Why is it not here? Why is it not
here? Here comes the play.
That's the beautiful for a live show. Listen, we didn't have a show. We didn't have a show on Tuesday, so you guys took the technical issues. There you go.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
No, because we were having issues last week too with Technical Tuesday. On Wednesday.
My goodness. So I blame you guys. I blame you.
Please do. Please blame whoever you need to blame.
So there was a whole intro to this and it's been missed. So we're just gonna go right into it. Thank you, everybody.
Let's go, Barbie. Let's go party.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been speechless ever in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to talk about Shark Week. And I brought my fearsome fangs with me. Mr. Platano.
I thought you were going to talk about your daughter.
She bites her mom more than she bites me, so I'm happy for that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to me. Mr. Platano, I understand that you have some hits you want to give us. Now, here's the thing. I hate you.
I'm going, damn, that first. Okay. I definitely got hits for you.
The thing. I'm going to try to send you. I'm gonna try to share your picks and all this other stuff. If it's out of order, don't tell nobody. Just roll with it. All right.
Just bring it up and I'll start. Let's do that. Bring it up. It's like Shark Roulette, baby.
Shark Roulette.
Baby Shark.
Okay.
I know what's gonna happen.
Oh my God. So how do you multiple?
How
Is
do
it
you
one at a
people?
time?
Now,
Oh
if
my god.
we can't figure out how to put these pictures out, we're just gonna do an interpretive
Oh,
dance.
that is
Whose
the
is
first one
that?
to start with. That is the best one to start with.
Oh,
Jaws. You know what? So wait, are we starting with the three deaths first, right? So the three
Sure,
deaths.
sure, why not?
Oh yeah. So this one is the best one because this is the one that got everybody scared. So I had to pick Jaws because it is the opening scene that you get a death, and also too, it is the great example of less is more because you don't see the shark attack. You
Yeah.
just see the lone swimmer, all
Mhm,
happy-go-lucky, running
mhm.
down the beach, jumping into the water, having all her fun, and all of a sudden she gets pulled under the water 3 times. She gets pulled over, dragged to the bayou. You think that she's going to get away, you think that she's gonna get away. No, Shark comes back for more. He's like, nah, I'm coming for second helpings, and she's done. That's it. And it's just quiet water. Tell me that's not a scary death scene right there.
Listen, this movie scared so many people at a
did you
time.
see? Go ahead.
At a time, there was a particular illness going around. People were more scared to go to the beach than that illness. So, yes, yes. Go ahead.
Did you
Don't go into
see
the water.
that photo of them streaming this movie on this huge projector with everybody like on inflatables on a lake?
Yeah.
That could never be me. That could never. I don't care if it was freshwater. I've seen too many shark things on sci-fi. Could never be me.
So what you have to do, you have to get some paid actors to swim up to people
Nope.
and just start poking them from the bottom of the
Let me
floaties.
tell you, somebody's gonna die doing that, and it'll probably be me.
Yo.
Nope.
She'll pull out.
Like,
I think she'll pull out a knife and go ham. Like, you'll never take me alive.
where's the
Hey,
green
That's what
filling?
I'm saying. That's like those people that do jump scares and then get clocked.
oh my God.
That's that's what's gonna happen if you send someone out there to like poke people in their butts while they're in inflatables.
I mean, there was a second honorable mention death in Jaws. It was the one with the little kid, but this one was like, it was the one that was the trendsetter. It was the
Mhm.
one that was like, yeah, don't go into the water. It's like, and I think it was like they
Mhm.
needed to do a race to see what movie had the best tagline because Aliens had In Space No One Can
One
Hear
can hear
You
you
Scream.
scream. Yep.
Right.
Jaws had Don't Go Into the Water. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to go into the water. I was terrified
I,
of sharks.
I didn't want to go in anyway, but now for sure I don't want to go in.
Don't go into the bathwater. Um,
We get ready to pick the second one. I just want to make sure there's no way I can choose all of them and have them all here because this is like a pile of heart garbage. Like right now, this is not going so well. No, okay. So let's go with death number 2 that I've labeled. Ready and go. Num num.
Ooh, nom noms. So this was from Suicide Squad 2. It's not a scary death, but it's a funny death because all you just hear is Sylvester Stallone like nom noms. So it's like I never thought that we would ever need to hear Sylvester Stallone just utter that line, but this is King Shark in Suicide Squad 2 eating the lone soldier who actually was on their side because again they thought that this was the terrorist camp, but it wasn't.
Right.
And he ends
Right.
up eating this poor guy who's just guarding. He's just one of the freedom fighters and ends up in King Shark's belly. So yeah, that's num nums.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Suicide Squad 2 is probably the better film, obviously, of the two. But
Yes,
Yeah.
some people
hands down.
disagree. I mean, they're wrong, but whatever.
Yeah.
And some people like to get their teeth drilled from the dentist. Come on.
Oh, like Steve
Well,
Martin and Little
maybe
Shop
it's
of
the
Horrors.
drugs.
that those who do it with that are not on drugs. It's just like the feel of that drill. I don't know what's wrong with them.
We
Just
don't
like those
kink
who like,
shame here.
listen. I kink shame if you like give me the Iyer cut. We don't need the Iyer cut. We didn't need the Snyder cut. We didn't need any of that.
I appreciated the Snyder cut, but I agree we didn't need it.
I'm gonna go forward. I don't know how we got here. Okay, you know what? To be fair, I did appreciate the Snyder Cut because Wonder Woman was so much badass, and the Amazons was so much better. I think.
They
Yeah, I
all
enjoyed my
were.
4-hour movie.
They all
Yeah.
were. But we didn't need it because it was still a hot pile of steaming garbage.
No, hard to disagree.
I
Next.
mean, we did get Green Lantern. Okay, just gonna do this because I've been bullied again. Then there's this.
Oh yes. So for those who
God
are
damn it.
wondering, this was from Deep Blue Sea, one of the best scenes because it's Samuel L. Jackson giving the best roaring speech, and this death was just out of nowhere because some random shark just comes out and eats him like chum. And it gets worse because when they pull him on the water, two sharks go after him. They throw him up against the wall. It's the worst CGI that you've ever seen of Sam Jackson, and then his head just
I
gets
don't know.
pops
That
off.
looks really realistic. This still right here. Like, I
That's
like
probably
how like the shark's fins are like, hey, like one's behind him and one's before, like he's about to do a curtsy or like a twirl or something. It's
he's
fantastic.
he's
A
coming through to
curtsy.
talk. He's coming through to talk to him about his extended car warranty.
Oh my
He wants to
god.
talk about Poseidon, their Lord and Savior.
Oh, so now it's doing this. Oh, amazing. Amazing. The next one.
Oh, so this is the movies, right? Now
Yeah.
we're talking about the Stark stories. So you have to throw Sharknado in there because a movie that spun a franchise off of a really crappy premise. I mean, it's really bad CGI. It's really had the best PR. And it's just that for them to have like how many movies that they were able to have, it's
Hey,
like
Steven.
Sharknado. It was great.
Here.
Sharknado was just it's a guilty pleasure that we all want to say, yeah, we don't want to say we like it, but we do. But yeah. Come on, sharks and tornadoes. Come on, it's what else can you have? And just Tara Reid's.
Okay. Can I be honest? I have not actually seen a Sharknado film in full.
You don't need to. You don't need to.
I
That's
I
mean,
what's
feel
great
like
the
there's
about it.
poster.
judgment, but
I
also
think the
understanding.
poster
What just
is
happened?
pretty much it. The poster pretty much tells everything that you need to know.
But
There's,
yeah,
there's
like the
sharks.
judgment, but also understanding leaves me confused. What, like you judged me for not watching it, both of you, both of
I'm
you.
not. I'm sincerely not.
I
I
wouldn't
don't. You
judge you
didn't
for
miss
not watching
anything.
this.
Really that bad? Oh, you can see my mouse. Look
I
at
would
my mouse.
judge you for not liking the 4-hour Snyder cut, but not this.
That's fair.
Oh
That's fair.
damn, judgment. Yeah, nope, nope, nope.
Just,
That's
I'm
4 hours of
I'm
my
just
life I'm
kidding. You
never
like
gonna
what you
get
like
back.
and you don't what you don't, and it's valid. Wrong but
I'm-
valid.
I'm going to move forward. There's so many shots. I'm not focused. There's this.
And again, going back to great shark stories, Deep Blue Sea. Who in the hell would want to make sharks smarter, faster, and meaner? Apparently, this person right here, who's the scientist who's about to get eaten. Spoiler alert: she does get eaten in the movie.
As she should. Dumbass.
Yeah.
You know
But
what pissed
honestly,
me off the most about this movie? We never heard the omelet recipe.
What?
oh yeah, I forgot. LL Cool J was the chef in the movie, and he survived. So the
Steve,
parrot.
we're honoring Shark.
Steve, Reggie is sick and Bergie is unavailable. So it is the three of
Mayhem.
us.
Blindly figuring out pressing buttons
It's
to bring up
the
Shark.
two
Food.
halves of Maid Arena and the great Platano
Do not
talking about
ask-
sharky things.
Do not ask what Maid Arena means, please.
I mean, I
This
think
was
it's pretty apparent.
This was actually
Secret.
one of the wait. This was one of the many action movies of Thomas Jane before he was like what was it, like the Punisher and all that. So
Mm.
this was in his action phase.
Okay, bye.
But
Apparently, my daughter decided to tell me how great I'm doing.
You are. You're doing a great job.
2 weeks, no daddy. He left for milk and never came back.
The first week it was milk. Now it's a pack of cigs.
Cigarettes. All right, so we did Sharknado, we did Deep Blue Sea, and is that everything, Sebastian?
that was it. You said it was two. It was 3 deaths and 2
Three.
movies.
Two.
It's a
He
2
paid
men and a baby.
attention. I did not.
Listen,
If you want,
those were
if you,
I'm the worst guest.
if you
but-
want more, I got more. So
No,
like,
great
classic
news
matches.
is that we already have duplicates because as you see when we start rolling mine, you and I,
great minds think alike.
right?
Oh
Don't
my
agree on the Snyder cut.
Oh my goodness. All right. First of
No
all,
one's perfect. It's okay. And it could be me and it could be you.
I
how
vote
did you
the
turn
last.
on the
I vote the first.
whatever. I have no idea what's going on anymore in this show, and all I know is that right now I'm setting up for you, Kat. But if you want to tell us an inner monologue of sorts, by all means.
You really want to hear what's going on in my head right now?
I am scared, but yes.
No, I actually, since we have a little bit of time while you're getting that together, I thought those were great picks. I have seen everything that you've chosen, and I have no notes as far as your picks and why you picked them. I am interested though, in why you picked the first Sharknado over another, like any of the other.
It was just in general in the franchise.
So you
because
just
the
meant the franchise.
franchise, yeah, the whole franchise, because it's like it's just really weird how popular they became and how much of a guilty pleasure Sharknado became for so many people. Like
Right.
it's funny, you have people that like it and people that won't admit that they like it.
Yeah.
But it's like I remember
Yeah.
sitting there and I was like, "What? How pile of garbage is this?" When they were showing this car chase scene, you could tell they're sitting in a studio, sitting in a set that's supposed to mimic a Hummer, and then they show stock footage of police car chases that you can tell that they pulled off a random episode of Cops.
Right.
And
You
then
know it's stock footage from something else, like
yeah,
Yeah.
you
sharks in
could
an
definitely
aquarium tank swimming. Like that is definitely in the first Sharknado. It is literally like a little shark that you find at your local aquarium swimming around in his tank, and they're using this as this ginormous shark
You leave
that
that
I
is
shark
swear,
chasing
alone.
them.
You
and I
leave that
swear
shark.
They
one of the
wouldn't.
scenes
They
with the
kept filling
Hummer.
him. He was probably like, "Get out of my shit, man."
And I swear, one of the scenes of the Hummer, and I think it looked like it was like a Hot Wheels card from far distance that they filmed it doing this whole. I was like, really, really? This? I was like, but oh man, you have people like Kurt Angle, you had like many different B list, C list, and just A list random celebrities that were in it, and
I
just
think like
people just wanted to be off by the sharks,
yeah, and I
the
think it was
random
just like
ways.
came out at a time where
Mhm.
we needed something light and silly and nostalgic and just a good time, and
Yeah,
that's definitely what it was.
How many?
Everything
was
else was very serious on your list. This was very like very
I
tongue in
got
cheek.
you.
It knew what it was
How
and it
many
played it.
Sharknadoes did we get? Was it 5?
No, I think it was
It's about 6 or 7.
7.
Jesus.
I didn't watch all
Yeah,
of
they
them.
did it. They would just Sharknado launched a renaissance for sci-fi, where sci-fi all of a sudden became the channel that was just launching a bunch of crazy sci-fi movies. Because after that, you had Sharktopus versus Croc, something
Mega
like
Shark
Mega Shark.
versus
Yeah, it
Sharktopus, I
just
think it was.
Can I read the Sharknado titles? In
Sure.
2013, we got Sharknado. In
Mhm.
2014, we got Sharknado 2, the second one. So creative.
I told
20
you it knows what it is.
it knew
20
what it's doing. They leaned into it.
In 2015, we got Sharknado, the feeding frenzy. That's technically the third one, but then we got Sharknado 3. Oh hell no. In 2015, Sharknado the fourth awakens. The fourth what? 2016. Sharknado 5 global something. Global swarming. You know what? And then there's another one. There's a number. There's another one. The
And
last
then
So
there's
how
Sharknado.
many was
another
that? Was
one.
that 7?
3,
Yes,
6, 7.
7
Yeah,
because he
7.
said the one that
Yeah.
was supposed to be 3.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
And one of them they go in space.
So I just want to read the comics real quick. It says too many from Mia. Thank you, Mia. And then Steve goes, Sharknado was created to keep Tara Reid and his employees.
Yep. Exactly.
Sure was. Especially
This
when
is
she
like
came out with like her multi-tool arm, her Swiss Army arm.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Let's
listen,
let's
listen. All they did was cash the check. They knew what they were getting into.
Yeah. I
Cat.
would cash that check right now. You know how much money they made off those movies?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't have that much pride.
Cat, you're up. I got your stuff. First up is
Ba-ba-bow.
oh, okay.
That's not one of mine.
It's not.
Wait.
Yes. You
Is
don't know
it?
what you said?
No, I don't remember. I don't remember sending that. Did I?
Yes,
God
you
damn
did.
it. Did we? Hold on. I'm going to my email.
To the email.
To the email.
No,
Firewall.
that's not one of mine.
All right. So then apparently that got mixed. All right. Whatever. We're gonna-
I was like, wait,
what about this one?
that one was definitely mine.
All right. Let's start here.
Same scene, same everything. So I really have nothing to add to what Sebastian said. But yeah, that scene with Samuel L. Jackson when he's pacing around telling everyone, because he had already survived like a couple of things, and so he was giving a big speech on how you survive traumatic events and yoink, right?
Okay.
So that was. Where are you going?
I have no idea what's going on right now.
It's the mayhem.
So you don't have to pull
blood.
up this picture, just work on the third one, because my second
Yeah.
one was the same scene from Jaws, but I had the picture of her like from below where you're seeing her like swim. This is how high tech we
Oh
are right
man.
now.
I got you right here. I got
That
it.
one scene, because you're seeing it from like, yeah, no, no, thank you. No, I was scared to go in the pool.
What happened? Okay,
Oh,
never mind.
you went too far.
Shh.
So that was definitely traumatizing for so many of us. I'm glad that we all shared that trauma.
Listen, that scene itself, it's like it's crazy because you have the child's death scene in the movie, but
Mhm.
it's this scene that everyone goes through because
Wait,
again, it was just
they
Well,
killed a
relentless killing.
child in Hollywood
I
movie?
And
don't.
Jaws,
Yeah,
yeah, the kid,
absolutely. And I
like
don't
I
everyone
forgot
got
know
about
caught.
that.
what the name is, but there are a lot of people that are scared of dark water. And this is what you get here. She's
Yep.
out there swimming at night. You
Mhm.
can't see anything. I
Yeah.
mean, in the day, it's different, although that's more often when things happen. But
Mhm.
it just feels like so much scarier at night because you don't see it coming.
I think
But
it's
yeah, this gave I would turn off I was a kid. I would turn off the light in my room and I would feel like my entire room would fill up with water. And if I reached my arm out to turn my light on or whatever, that Jaws would jump up and get me. Like this is how traumatizing this film was to us youngins when it came out. But
But that
now, like my kids watched it at like 5 and are like, this is corny.
but no, I mean, if you think about so it was movies like this, like I said, less was more, and it's just those like those things that they did there. They play it was that imagery, the silence, and then it's like you don't really see it happening. I was like, that's why the thing did so well because you
yeah.
didn't
Mhm.
see the creature do its thing, and that's what made it scary. With
Mhm.
Child's Play, it was him just walking down the hall, and it was like that scene rings in a lot of people's heads right there. It's like, oh, when Chucky's walking down, that's like the scariest scene. When Freddy did the whole thing with the hand that popped up from the water and pulled down,
Mhm.
this scene again, this scene right here, this is why most people are gonna go back Jaws. Like, no, it's the first kill. That's it. The first kill set the tone for the whole movie.
I have nothing to add except the fact that they killed a kid, and I totally missed that. I feel
Yeah.
like I saw it, but
They
then it
did.
was just I
Yeah,
think
the
I
kid,
thematically
they like
blocked it.
everybody came running out of the water, and this one woman was like calling for a kid. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. And then they found a shark and they gutted it because they thought it was the shark that did it, and it wasn't. And it was Jaws.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like opened up that shark to spill out the contents to see if they found any of the remains of the boy. And
Was it
We
was the boy wearing like a yellow tube thing and a little portly?
Yeah, it's another
I
scene where you
don't
don't
think
see.
so. I think you're thinking of the Meg. I don't remember him being portly. He was just a skinny little kid with. I don't
Okay,
remember him
I
being
gotta watch
portly.
that. All right, they killed the kid, and all right,
Yeah.
let's move forward.
Anyway, and then finally, one that the great Platano didn't pick, Ghost Shark. But it is a sci-fi film. This is a ghost shark. This guy literally took water from the water cooler at work, one of those big ones that get delivered and you flip it upside down into the machine and then you pour it into a little Dixie cup. The shark came out of that and split him in half.
What?
It does not get better than that. I gave you a clip if you can, like the YouTube clip of it happening. If you can,
Okay,
the
all
film
right,
is called Ghost Shark.
hold on.
Okay.
It is a sci-fi spectacular, but it's actually a little the premise is a little bit scary because it can get you and it's a ghost. Like there is nowhere you can hide and it comes out of the most random places.
Let's
I just
cat. Why did it start playing? And I started laughing. Okay,
Because
baby,
how
I
could
need
you
you to leave.
not?
I need you to leave. I need you not to be scarred by sharks anymore. Okay, I need you.
Ghost and Shark. So who you gonna call? Not the Ghostbusters.
All right. I don't remember how to do this. So hold on one second. Let's grab the baby. Baby. Cover your eyes afterwards. All right. I don't know what just happened.
The ads are playing. Here we go.
Was that Christopher Lloyd?
I want to play it again because hold on. Sorry. Go, baby, go.
No, that's not.
What just happened? What just happened?
My man had a splitting headache.
What?
He had a splitting
No,
everything at this point.
What kind of movie is that?
The man he used to be. It's a sci-fi shark horror movie called Ghost Shark. Amazing film from beginning to end. I love cheesy, stupid sci-fi things. Trolls, sharks, you name it, I'm into it. And then I did have an honorable mention because I couldn't leave this out. And it is another, I don't know if it's a sci-fi film, but it's along that ilk. I watched it on Prime, and it's called Santa Jaws.
That is not what popped up, but all
I've
right.
heard
That
of
is
it.
not. That's one of my film choices,
I've
sir.
heard of Santa Jaws. There we go. Yep.
So in this one, it's actually a kid that draws comic books, and I don't remember exactly what it got imbued with some magic, and it animated this shark. So the eyes are Christmas lights. The
Why
teeth
does he
are
have on a
broken
Santa
ornaments.
hat?
The Santa, it's Santa Jaws. He's got the Santa hat on his film, and then like a candy cane, like Norwal.
What? But that's not even.
He's
Okay.
a Pokemon.
I'm gonna
Yep.
shut up now. Go ahead.
This is Santa Jaws. I highly recommend it, especially around the holiday time, because it's like ridiculous.
That's gonna go on the holiday list along
It
with
really, it
Mel
should.
Gibson's Santa Claus movie and
Mhm.
all these new Santa Claus movies coming out. There you go.
I feel like this is one that's going to bond your family in a way that none of the other movies will.
Like,
So that's
listen,
my
kids,
honorable mention for best death scene, because come on.
this is
I
what happens when you're
mean,
bad for the year. Santa sends his
I
shark.
have no idea what's next, and I hope it's within.
And now for my films. Oh, see, that was supposed to be from my Deep Blue Sea thing, because you see the teeth coming and the look on his face. He's mid-conversation, and it just snatches him. That was for my Jaws. This is one of my movie picks. Now, is it the best movie? Absolutely not. But what I love about this movie is that it takes place in an area where saltwater and freshwater mix, and
Okay.
you have different kinds of sharks. So there are many different kinds of sharks in these waters. So every death scene is
Mhm.
particular to that shark and their nature. So you have one here with a great white, there's one with a hammerhead, and I love that, because everybody got something different and unique, and it's not supposed to be funny, but it's kind of because it's like you see from the director of the Final Destination movies.
Yes.
So it's like
Listen,
one of those things, like, is it supposed, did they mean for it to be funny, or is it just funny?
they probably thought they were gonna make it scary, but then when you start to look at it, it's like it sounds scary on paper, but when you
Yeah.
make it to, it's like, oh no, that was funny.
And then you just end
That
up
was so
chuckling
funny.
at some of this stuff, because you're like, are you fucking for real? And then for my second film,
That's me.
this one's a little bit of a cheat, because it's a book series that I absolutely, absolutely love. So even though this is very not like the books, I still love Mia Meg's story. The Megalodon, Jason Statham, even with this wacky makes
Can
no
I-
sense story, it's still fucking cool to see a prehistoric shark do its thing. This is kind of like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. You're just there
Yeah.
for the big one.
Can I say what ruined the Meg for me?
What?
What?
It's one of the weirdest reasons.
Okay.
It's gonna be Peter Griffin's daughter Meg. Because every time I'm hearing go the Meg, I just think of Meg.
Oh my god.
You just think of Meg.
Wouldn't it be great if they
Like,
had
damn it,
Mila
Meg.
Kunis come in and do the voice? Like, you get an inner monologue, because this book in the book series and in this, well, I don't think they ever say it in the movie, but in the book series, it's a female shark and her name is Angel. So imagine they start doing inner dialogue of Angel, and they hire
Mila
Mila Kunis.
To do the voice?
bad
More
boy.
for me.
Oh my god.
Because the bigger shorts that come out
Will
like
it make
Meg.
it worse, or will it make it
Shut up,
better?
Meg.
They
No, I don't
have-
know.
Yeah.
They have another Meg coming out.
Yeah,
soon?
Meg 2 is coming
Mhm.
out.
Yep.
It's a
There's
bigger shark.
like 5 books in the series, if I remember correctly.
Why are they $5?
And they're good books. They're not like this movie. They're very good books. And he also did one on the Mayan prophecies of the end of the world, and another one on like Goliath, which is a ship that becomes self-aware, like an intelligent artificial intelligence, self-aware.
That's dope.
Yeah, I really enjoy all of his work. He even does one on the Loch Ness. Like, he takes these things and then he tries to put like history into it to make it like something that could sincerely happen. Like, tries to use science to be like, if it were to happen, this is the way they did. So I enjoy his books for that reason. But I would recommend the Meg series. And this movie, I mean, that little, was it Shih Tzu in the water? And we were all like, oh, not the dog. We didn't give a shit about any of the people. We were like, not the dog.
Listen, it's like that with any movies. Like, don't kill the dog. I mean, that's
Right.
why literally that's how the John Wick series started. You
Yeah,
killed
we
the
got
dog
4
and you
movies out of
killed
that. Leave the
everybody.
damn dog alone.
So I just want to say that the Meg for me was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed watching it. It was actually
It's a good
it's
popcorn
a fun
movie.
it's a fun movie.
Mhm.
I'm tired of Jason always saving everything. I don't know. I'm just tired of him right now. I want him to be the bad guy. In fact, I wanted to bring Hobbs and Shaw back. I do. I
I mean,
liked
he
him.
was
Well,
they are
from the
coming back.
shark's perspective, he is the bad guy.
Well, I mean, well, I mean, they are bringing Shaws and Hobb back because The Rock is back in the franchise after all the beef.
I think he needs to check because Disney's about to
Yeah,
cut him. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that. Did you have
Disney,
anything else for me to
Warner
ruin?
Brothers.
Whatever. Same people.
Don't you confuse them.
Uh,
One makes good
no,
movies, the other one makes some really.
no. He was part of because he was part of Disney actually because he's supposed. I know he's part of the Disney part with Moana,
He
which
was
I think he's
Moana.
killed it. And then I think he had some other future projects, and because he's part of I'm going to use a nice word, say liberation of children in a sense, something going on with liberation of children. I don't know if that's true. I'm not saying it is, but his name is in there somewhere. Disney's like, go handle that, you know. Um, so there's that Disney Marvel, whatever. Kat, I do apologize, but is there any other picks that I can mess up while I'm here?
Nope, that was all of them. Good job, honey.
So then there's me.
What you got?
I have. Okay, so let me make sure I do this correctly because this is amazing. Shout out to Reginald. Oh my God, you beautiful bastard, you. I just realized I sent it somewhere and I don't have it on the computer, so now I'm kind of tripping. All right, so what I'm gonna do is something different. I'm gonna show you the clip and
Okay.
go from there. Okay, that's how I'm gonna do this. And in the meantime, I'm gonna hope that somebody has some music to play in the background. Do 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 do.
Baby Shark.
I hate you. So, do you guys see? Do you guys see 47
Oh
meters?
yeah.
So 37 meters down. The uncaged version, I think, is the best one. I never watched the cage version, the regular one, because I didn't care for it. It's definitely a one-time watching kind of movie. This is the part where after they had found these prehistoric monster-eating sharks and whatnot, as I call them, and they were trying to run from them, and they actually get the zip line up top. This is one of my favorite deaths. This is Nicole. She's about to die. I don't know if you can hear it. There you go. So what happened was she had freaked out on the line and made it all the way to the top and fell down. And you're just like, oh, all right, well, she fell down. They're going to have to figure out a way to do this. She's freaking out in the water, comes back up. Jordan, I'm going to need you to leave that. Best death ever. And the reason why, hold on, I'm gonna stop sharing this. The reason why it was so good for me is because she was so annoying. Her and there's another one, I forgot her name. It's like you were all like, I want her to die. I want her to die. I want her to die. And then she died. Num 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 num. Shark food Burgie, what's up?
Big Daddy Burgie.
Big
Num,
Daddy.
num, num.
Let me just say one thing, Burgie. This has gone amazing. I'm getting great reviews, and you want me to come back next week to do it all over again.
Can I be a guest again?
Yes, you can be a guest again on a show that you help host every week. Okay. So, with that being said, 47 meters down, 47 meters down was pretty dope. I really enjoyed it. For me, once again, it was one of those things I randomly chose. I think it was on Hulu, and it was fun. Was it the greatest story? Like, there's not that many great shark movies out there. There's everything that you guys picked, and I knew you guys were going to pick. And then there's like my other pick that I'm going to pick up right now. I see you wanting to say something. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, isn't it great? Like when the most annoying character, they finally get bite the big one.
Of course.
It's like, ooh, satisfying.
And my computer's having problems.
Like if it was
Mhm.
the regular 4 guests on this show, which one of us is the most annoying?
See, I don't qualify because I am the
So
guest.
you're the one that's gonna make it.
Yeah.
You're the one that's gonna be like, I'm
Okay.
not getting on this
I'm,
boat. This
I'm the
doesn't look sturdy.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm the LL Cool J of the bunch. I'll survive all the way to the end. You think I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna survive.
Yeah, and I know,
Jesus.
and I still never get that omelet recipe.
I think either me or Red, well, probably me. I think I'm the Sam. I think I'm Samuel. I think I'm Samuel. We need to stick together and arr.
But I didn't have my beef patty.
I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. What, sir? Let me see if this is the right
I
one.
think Reggie will be the first one to turn homicidal because we'll all start singing that City of Gold.
Cap Cucamonga.
No, that's it. Mia would kill me if I sang that on the boat. Bridgie and I would go into the rap because we know the whole thing, and then the three of you will look at each other and then choke us out, and that's it. Bridgie, we can't talk about Camp Chuchibara.
me, not a chance, Berkey. It's mayhem already. Damn. Damn. Yeah, I'm definitely dying. I'm definitely dying. If the boss says it's one me or Reggie, she's probably gonna save him. He's like, you know what, Mayhem? I like
No,
you.
Mayhem is going to be the one that disappears and we think died, but then he pops up at the end.
I still have a chance to die though. I feel like
It's like that movie. What was it, Deep Blue, where the guy, he was like the lovable, annoying guy, and then it was like it was the cruise ship, and then he pops up at the end. He was like the best friend. Treat Williams was in that movie.
Yes,
You know what
yes,
I'm
yes,
talking
yes.
about?
I do.
I just want to take you down memory road. LL Cool J had a song for this called Deepest Bluest. My hand is like a shark fin. And I think at one point he even turned into a shark with his hand into a fin. With
Man.
much due respect to
Don't
LL.
they get to the island and then all of a sudden they see something big like running towards the beach, like
Probably
shaking
like
the trees
Godzilla or something. They're like in
yeah,
Skull
like
Island.
yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie. All right, I'm going to attempt to show you my next one.
All right, we're getting there.
It is
Found it.
I think her
Wait,
name.
are these are the best deaths, right?
Yeah, these are the best deaths and best movies.
Oh,
I
the
just combined them.
Shallows. Oh,
Mhm.
okay, okay.
Okay, so here we go. Blake
Green Lantern's
Lively.
wife. Or Deadpool's wife.
So this shark has pretty much
The
been
Green Lantern's wife.
Hell, save me.
Obviously, it didn't hear.
No.
So I can't
was
play the
Deadpool.
full clip without us being, demonetized and all that good stuff. But she fights the shark, and she ends up killing it. But I like that particular scene when she sets it on fire and it weakens it, and it goes into the whole thing of him.
You should have picked the scene with the guys who went to go help her on the rock, and they got they become bodied by the shark.
Yeah, I didn't think it was better than that one. But
That's a cool scene.
No, I'm gonna agree with you. That was a great scene. At the
I'm
end
talking about the scene you picked. That was a great scene.
Oh, thank you. I don't know how I got it up there, but we did it. For me, The Shallows started off like a really dumb movie. It really started like I was like, this is stupid. But the premise of it was dope because she was stuck on the bayou. I don't know how to say it.
The buoy.
The flotation device for ships.
The buoy.
The metal
other
floating
flotation.
thing.
Yes, what Matarina is saying. Yep.
No, you want to know what's a movie that had a dumb premise when it started and kind of got interesting later on? Was The Sand, where it's like if you touch the sand, like it was a creature that was under the sand and just like started eating. You couldn't touch the sand.
You mean like quicksand, but with things eating?
No.
you?
It was like you touch it and you just see like the little like tentacles coming out and all that start picking you apart.
Oh, thank you for that.
So worse than quicksand?
Yeah.
It's like the Mummy with the beetles, but instead of beetles, it's sand, and then it's
that's enough.
squid.
Listen, there was
Enough.
the one movie that Jamie Kennedy, he went to go pick up his pepper spray, picked it up, and got dragged into the sand by the little things that was eating him. He just said, "Help me!" And I was like, "Oh, well, it's just eating Jamie Kennedy."
Was Jamie Kennedy a funny guy at one point?
I don't know.
It depends on
I'm
your
still
opinion, I guess.
questioning that.
You know what?
That depends on your taste levels.
No, Reggie.
He
what?
He was the guy from Scream.
Reggie's not feeling well, so he's
And he
sitting
left
this
us-
one out.
And he left me to play around with things. And let me tell you, it's going great. And by great, I mean horribly. The
A
plane has not taken
well-oiled
off the
machine
tarmac.
as always.
What did Ace Ventura say? Like a glove.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I appreciate you, Jason. I think that was everybody's pick. I only chose two only because although we said three, I figured everybody else was gonna pick the major movies. And I looked at the list of Sharks movies and they were trash. I could say Jaws 2. No, I could say Jaws 2, but
You gotta pick a third one.
I have to say
Everybody
that when
picks
I was
three.
picking the favorite death scene or best death scene, the one from Jaws 2 with I think is it Mario Van Peebles?
oh,
He was
I
in
think
that
I missed
movie. I forget
Was it
that he was
Jaws?
in that
I
movie.
think it was in Jaws 2, not Jaws 3,
Yeah. Oh my god.
but Jaws 2, where he was like pulling out under the what's that pole that sticks out the front of the boat? He was trying to climb up it to do something, and the shark like jumped up and grabbed him from there and like yanked him down. And I was like, oh,
Ooh, there's a lot of death scenes here.
so yeah, I think he was in the second one because the
There's
third
a
one was a 3D one, and that one was just
there's
Yeah,
a
it's
fourth one
trash.
apparently. Jaws quadrilogy. Anyway, and you know what?
anyway.
There's a two-headed shark, which became a three-headed shark. I don't know if there's a 4 or 5, but it definitely came into 6. Burgie said Jamie Kennedy was great in it, kicking it old school. Burgie, you know what I realized? You've gotten soft on me, man. All right, you've gotten soft on me like a marshmallow, like a marshmallow,
What?
like a marshmallow does.
I feel
What do you
like
think about
that should be a private conversation.
like a marshmallow. Okay.
Mike's gonna walk into that room, have that conversation. This is Big
No,
Daddy
Yeah,
he's
Bridget
got-
just
man,
right there.
eye to eye. That's an eye to eye conversation.
That
on a
marshmallow
graham
soft.
cracker. Okay, on a graham cracker.
So that's what we call it now.
Sure.
Okay.
we have merch.
we have,
before-
but as always, he's with us in spirit.
He's with us in spirit. You have to use both hands. Did we by any chance show you that? It's been amazing.
Have you seen that?
What, the cup? Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen you guys online. I've been like, oh man, I need to get my cup.
Have you ordered it? Have you also
about
told
to.
Mia some suggestions?
See, here's the whole thing. I'm on this cusp of ordering it, and then I have to explain to my wife why I have Big Daddy Burgie cups.
I'm sure she'd understand.
She would be so into this if you explained
She
the whole
would
thing
like
to
it.
her.
And we even have bikinis if she's into it.
Big Daddy Burgie bikinis.
Okay, can we have a serious
Tell
conversation?
her I'll buy
Yes.
the equivalent amount off her Etsy shop when she opens it up.
There you go.
Oh, it's there. It's there. She got shirts.
She's
So-
got shirts. I only saw the notepads.
Oh no, she got more. I'll send it to you.
Please
Thank
do.
you.
Uh,
Thank you.
if we're talking about sharks and let's just say crocodiles, alligators, who do you think has the more better scenes and or stories when it comes to like fighting against these
I
creatures?
think that like quantity wise, we have way more shark stuff than we have anything
Doesn't
else.
mean they're
But I'm
good.
gonna die on the hill of Lake Placid being a top tier.
Oh yeah, Lake Placid was awesome
Ooh.
because
Lake
that's the one you
Placid being
got Betty
top.
White.
Yes.
Got Betty White and Lake
She was a
Placid.
real one in that one. I don't know what that face is, Reggie. Ooh, mayhem, but if you're not agreeing. Sorry,
I
I
mean,
read
you-
something that said Reggie when I said your name. Sorry.
Burgie and Reggie. Well, you know,
No. I was reading.
you said Burgie at first. You said Reggie.
No, I read something that said Reggie as I was saying your name from the comments because I do have my phone on so I can see the comments. Sorry.
Piranha was another scary movie. Piranha had some good. It's like, come on, you have a bunch of little fish attacking you.
Piranaconda.
What? That is not a thing.
That is a thing. It's
No.
the head of a piranha on the body of an anaconda. It is a
What-
sci-fi film.
We're gonna look this up because
Was it the first Anaconda?
Yeah.
Because when that snake crushed John Voight, sucked him up, and then spit him out, and then he winked at you. I'm like, I don't know what.
Why
I would
did he
just
wink?
beg for
It was a
death.
sassy wink too.
Yeah, I would just beg.
There's
for
more where
death
that
right
came
there.
from.
ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this moment to apologize to the glue. There are rare times that I stop a show and I apologize live. This is one of them. There is such a thing called the Piranaconda, and I do not want to live on this earth anymore.
Hey, boo. Like,
A
I
piranha
love
want none, son.
sci-fi creature features. They do it the best.
Yes, yes,
They have sharks with freaking
yes.
laser beams attached to their heads. That's a
They
dope
do.
Lasers.
premise. That is a
They
dope
do. And who
premise.
doesn't want laser beams with freaking lasers on their head?
All right, so
Are you going to show the poster? I thought that's what you were doing.
oh, hold on, I'll show
No,
it.
you don't have to. I just thought that's what you were doing.
You know what? You're right. I should show something so that way the people know the sassiness of this because I'm taking that. Let me wait for this ad to stop.
See, how do you make a piranha? Did
Very carefully.
a piranha and a kind of meat on
I'm going
grinder or
to assume
something?
that it's some kind of DNA splicing in a lab, kind of like
That's
with
Sydney
Jurassic
I
and
Park.
want
what's his
more.
face
Like, I
from
I want
Scream.
can't.
no. I want.
I
More of a
talked about the
wholesome
Meg
thing.
earlier, Jabo. I put that in as one of my favorite shark movies.
I wanted more of a wholesome thing that the piranha courted the anaconda. They had a couple of dates together,
Like
you
Donkey
know.
and the Dragon.
And then
I
and then the
hate
piranha
you.
disappeared after did it come back from getting cigarettes?
Oh gosh,
Check
I
this
forgot
out.
about this guy.
Check this out. Ready? 3, 2, 5. Something bad. What? What? What is that? What is that?
What is this? What is this?
Okay, I think that's as much
I
as we can
You want to know what's
play
funny?
before we get
Have you
tagged.
guys noticed how every sci-fi movie
We did talk about the Meg too.
preview, how every sci-fi movie preview feels like it's the same cut with the same person that voices them over?
It really is.
That's yeah. There's like the
Listen,
same cut of scenes.
and listen, I'll just say this. I feel like a lot of them have the same CGI animation studios, and I need them to do better because once again, Cat,
It's all
What?
the same
I owe
studio.
you an apology. I
We're
think I'm gonna have
good.
to write this out and send it to you because
So Mike, it's all the same studios. Do you know Asylum?
yes, I do know Asylum.
Asylum does a lot of those movies, so that's why they all look like the same with the CGI and everything. It's all Asylum. And
Hey,
no spur
it's a
Virgie,
perfect formula. They
I
don't have to touch
refuse
a
to watch
thing.
I
Go-
refuse to watch spider movies because spiders creep me the fuck excuse me the freak out.
See, spiders don't
You can say
bother me, but what did bother me was the mummy, the scarabs. That freaks me out way more than the spiders do.
Oh, and when
Well,
home
that was
what's
just
his name? Jeff at the end? He
his name is
died.
Jeff.
Yeah, like the movie itself wasn't scary, but like the whole thing of a scarab being able to burrow under your skin and then just like kind of crawl around you and eat you from the inside while you're still alive. No,
But
thank
that's just creepy in
you.
general. But spider movies is just like, come on, it's like, you got these it's
Mm-mm.
You
that's
are 100%. You are
I freaked out when I saw Eight-Legged Freaks with
That's what I'm saying, Bergie. Sci-fi for the win every time.
I don't know about every time, but I do agree most of the time.
I want to know if. Did you guys watch Velocipaster?
I
Velocipaster.
think we need to end this show now. I think
Come
we-
on,
I've heard of it. I've heard of it. That's the sad thing. I was like,
I will
please
pull up
watch Velocipaster. Please,
Velocipaster. Velocipaster.
Velocipaster. Please.
Veloci. I'm looking it up, and I hope to
You don't
God
need
it
to
does
look it up.
exist.
you just
I-
got Asylum Studios.
At
That's
what
it.
point do you just believe me? Like,
They-
why do I have to constantly get tested?
On top of that, they have the nerve to
Yeah,
put
there's
to
going to
put
be
it.
a sequel.
It's labeled comedy and horror.
hmm
Because it's a Velociraptor. as a
I'm just going to
pastor.
tell you though, there really is no horror part of this.
Listen,
Unless
takes
you are a lover of film, because then that might be horrifying. too.
listen. He takes you to church on Sunday and eats you on Monday.
Okay. Are you ready for the
So,
trailer? Are you ready?
Yeah,
For the trailer?
well, yes, because I've
Because-
seen it.
All right.
I've seen this movie several times. I want to make that clear. There's
This-
nothing better to me than bad sci-fi movies. They're like the
Listen,
best.
we live for bad sci-fi movies.
I
They're just-
do.
they're
Okay.
They're like,
perfect.
but
They're
they're
the great
also the
popcorn
best
flicks.
ones for you to watch with a
Mhm.
group of people and just make fun of like the
I-
whole time.
I
Like
love-
our own
I-
like MSTK3 or Riff Tracks, whatever your pleasure is. These are the
I
movies
love-
are it.
So I love different takes on the zombie genre. Like you had Black Sheep, which was about zombie sheep. You had the Cooties, which was about zombie kindergarteners. So I'm just like, I love the zombie takes on the zombie genre.
Ready? I'm just gonna play it. It looked like he was bitten by a werewolf, and then there's this. There are ninjas in his house. There are ninjas, and they're losing.
Can we say that he's beating these ninjas in his tidy whities?
Is that Skylar?
No,
That's
you
not
don't know
Skylar.
none of these people.
Okay.
A troubled priest.
I promise you, you do not recognize any of these people from anything.
I do drugs.
You know what? I'm sorry. Our 15-second is over. I can't. I'm sorry. It is really over. I'm not being a jerk.
You know
Hey-
what's a really bad
Hey, like
horror
Freaks is
movie?
dope.
You know what's a really bad horror movie that does not stand the test of time is Raw Head Rex. Because one, you can see the zipper on the guy's suit. And two, it's just one ridiculous scene with the pastor that I was just like, and it was funny. We covered it on Nerds a while back because we decided to do a horror episode, and Tone was the one that drafted that one, so he had to watch it, and it was great to hear his report on Raw Head Rex.
You know what? The old
I'm
school.
gonna say
Recrophobia-
this: Velocipaster does not hold up the test of time when it was released.
I'd rather watch
When it
the
was
movie Birds.
when it was released, not
Bad
even later on.
Dead or
But I
Alive?
cannot recommend this enough. I let anyone that's watching, if you love bad sci-fi, Velocipaster. Last time I saw it was on Amazon Prime. It's probably still there, but if not, I'm sure you can watch it for free, like on YouTube or something. It is freaking the worst, best thing that you're gonna see, or the best worst. The best
We've-
worst or the worst best. One of those.
We've done sharks.
Mm-hmm.
We've done crocodiles, and I think there's an alligator movie. I want to say
Look at that,
anacondas,
see, Vivica A. Fox.
Piranacondas,
piranacondas, snakes
So
mhm,
Vivica
On a
A.
plane.
Fox,
scarabs.
Vivica A. Fox. What?
he stars in Aquarium of the Dead.
Oh,
She's
okay.
also in one of the Sharknado. Just one? Several of the Sharknado
Oh, yeah.
films? She's
Should
in
be
at
one.
least one.
So Asylum
Spiders.
Studios is known for a lot of their what's they call parodies and just take on all these bad sci-fi movies. That's why it's like, oh, I gotta watch what's on Asylum Studios, see what they come up with. They're always doing something really crazy. Like Hornet's supposed to be a fake Bumblebee movie, I believe,
We've done
and they're
spiders,
responsible for the
birds.
Sharknadoes.
You know what? At this point, and you did sheep. Was it vampiric sheep or whatever?
It
Zombie
was
sheep?
Black Sheep.
Was it zombie sheep?
Yep.
Sheep. You know, maybe animals aren't the way to go anymore. Maybe we need to stop this. Because if they gave me money, I do something with butterflies. I do something with butterflies.
Can the theme song be Butterflies in the Sky?
Reading Rainbow?
Yeah.
You're trying to get me sued. No, thank you. I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to make money from this. Okay. We are slowly winding down, but before we do, because I do have some more topics I want to talk about. Before I forget, can you please give us the plug as to where we can find you, Mr. Great Platano?
Great Platano. Woohoo! Where you can find me on Nerders Around every Tuesday, live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk about fun, great stuff. You could also find me at patreon.com/Bonet Studios, where I release my comic, Concrete Combat, and other great comics on there. That's where I put my web comics and other art. And yeah, that's where you find me at. Yeah, boy.
I just want to show the YouTube so that way we can.
You don't even show
No,
YouTube.
we're
It's
doing
horrible.
great.
It's
Let me
horrible.
tell you, Reggie. You know
Horrible.
what, Reggie? I owe you a drink. Let me tell you something because this has been struggle street. Okay, if this was an interview, you guys would have asked me to close my computer and walk out. from
Take
the
your
Sir,
beginning.
I
time.
am walking out of this interview now.
All right. So can you guys see the Nerds at Around by any chance?
Yes.
All right. That's dope. Hey, look, we
I
have
don't
the
see it,
guest
Mike.
spot. Seriously?
I don't see it, Mike. I'm just
I-
switching. I'm just messing.
That's
I
not
hate you.
nice.
I hate you. I hate you.
Hey, look, right there,
Okay.
featured other channels. The 4-letter nerd is featured in our over there, our community and everything over there. When you look at the home, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down,
Okay, hold on.
scroll down, buddy. Scroll down, buddy.
So
See right
look,
there, 4-letter nerds featured right there too.
Yeah,
on our
we're
homepage, on our
featured. We're
channel.
featured. Tiles by Law. What's up, Law? Val and Beyond. And I don't recognize these other people, but I'm pretty sure they're great. I'm pretty sure they're great. All right. I just want to give them their props. I love them to death.
Oh, by the way, I sent you in the private chat that Black Sheep website. So Have
Thank
fun.
you.
watching it.
Have
I
fun.
will definitely be checking that out.
Ever watched the movie Birds? I just talked about it. Yeah, they talked. So the one thing I remember about the birds is they tied the birds to actual people. The one in black and white, they actually tied it or whatever they did. They attached it to actual people, and they got the birds to attack them, I guess, by putting food on them or something like that. And I thought that shit was crazy. Why would you do that? And why didn't nobody sue?
Yeah, they couldn't pay me enough. Some
I
people
mean, if you think
were
about
like
it, it was
wild
the
back then.
18th. Yeah, they did a lot of wild stuff. You didn't have any protections like that. Come on. They're like we're
What's
gonna pay
OSHA?
Peter, I'm good.
you ain't got no like Peter,
Wasn't
the
there a
guy
killer
that does
whale
the
one?
catering.
Wasn't
Peter,
there a
that
killer
guy.
whale killing
There was
people?
a killer whale one.
Yeah,
And I don't mean
Orca.
Free Willy. There was an actual
Orca.
killer
No,
one.
there was a horror
Orca.
movie with killer whales. I don't remember
Yeah,
what
it
the
was
name
it
was.
was
it called
it was
Orca?
Was it Orca?
Was the killer whale. Yeah, Orca.
Wow. You know what? We should make our own movie. Okay. I vote that I don't die.
Can I be the first to die? I was like, I want to be the first one off.
I think you should be the guy who's not paying attention and then he dies. Like he just turns around and boom,
I just
whatever
want
it is, kill him.
I just want the random death scene that is just like, oh,
I'm
I don't want
gonna
to be that guy.
the
Mhm.
typical white girl who thinks she can kumbaya the animal to the good side.
Like, look, it's listening to me.
I hope it like just
Fluffy.
I wanted to like injure you first and be like, what the fuck? Like I'm trying to help you. And then
Right. Oh, it's
Like you-
okay. It
like-
doesn't know better.
Like you're just getting stabbed by the creature. Like it doesn't know better. It's okay.
that
It's
would
just-
definitely
it's
be cat.
communicating.
Bertie said that would definitely
First
be
of
cat.
all, birds are fine. I don't know what you mean by that.
Mia, I'd be the annoying chick who does. You know what? If I had to place it, I think you'd be the chick who dies by going into the woods for something. Like you dropped your lighter. I don't know. You dropped something like I gotta find my lighter. Wait up. What the fuck is this? And then die.
I feel like I would not be the one to go investigate the noise.
Same.
So we should.
If I walk into a room and the light doesn't turn on, I'm a nope right out.
We the light doesn't turn back on, and then you hear us, hey, how you doing? Nope.
I didn't hear shit.
So I definitely want to do an asylum night one day. Just looking at their films, you have Zombies, which is Jurassic World of the Dead, Tomb Invader, Atlantic Rim instead of Pacific Rim. So it's just fun. This is just a disaster list of films.
You know what's crazy? I
We
think
should get Mia to come join us, and then we can round it out with Camp Cucamonga.
Yes. We'd have to kill Reggie first, or he has to survive throughout the whole thing. I think I'd also die by waiting by the airplane, and whatever's killing y'all kills me. So, like towards the end, when you're running toward the airplane or helicopter, I'm like, "Hey guys, everything is great," and then I die. I think that's. how
I
do.
hate movies that put people through it, and then they finally get to the end to where they
Burn
think
the
they're
house
supposed to be
down.
safe, and then there's something else there, like Day of the Dead when they got on the boat and they went to that island, and then the last scene is all the zombies running down the pier at them, and I was like, "You did all that for what?
I
For
mean,
what?
Again,
okay, but
what?
can we talk about
Snyder.
real quick? The escape scene went to pots so fast. Didn't, if I'm not mistaken, one of them died because he handled the chainsaw incorrectly, or
Yes,
she.
and he cut someone else in half.
Yo, like, how do you what? How did
They
what?
should have just stayed in the mall. I'm gonna say that they should have just stayed in the mall.
They
They
went
had
there when-
everything that they needed there.
Oh my god, Tyrese, wasn't he in it too?
Yes, with the little zombie baby.
Zombie baby, the zombie baby. You know what?
And it was like growling too.
yeah, that was a bad remake. That was a bad remake. I mean, it's fun, but at the same time, it's just there are just elements. I'm like, no,
No,
I-
I agree. I agree. And they should have just stayed in the damn mall.
I enjoyed chess. Listen, we're getting ready to wrap this up. This has been an amazing fail hosted by me, your host, Mayhem. Don't expect to see me next week. I'm pretty sure they're going to can me for this. In the meantime, Sebastian, one more time, tell us, where can we find you?
Find me on YouTube at the Nerds That Around. That's the Nerds That Around live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can find me at patreon.com/Bonet Studios for the comics, Concrete Combat, as well as other comics. Even to support the donation tier. What I do every month is I release a NPC name list that you can use for your games, campaigns, and comics and all that. So even if support the tier for just donations, you get a name list every month. because I am told I give good names and fun names.
So we actually got some breaking news. So I have to hit this thing now. I just cut it off. Reggie, come back. We need you. Mayhem's not doing so well. This has been the 4-Letter Nerd. I'm your host, Mayhem Mike. Maytarina. That's my name for today, Maytarina. And then Maytarina, as long as she acts right. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
By the way, this is a Hyrule Geeks Unlimited production. Sorry, I forgot that. Bye.